Welcome to our daily reflection for this Monday, October 28th. And today is the feast of Saints Simon and Jude. And so we hear these names in the gospel. Jesus goes up on the mountain to pray. So all the readings basically are going to relate to the apostles in some way or another. And so the reading is Jesus going up on the mountain to pray and discern. And then he comes down and he chooses and calls the 12 to be apostles, to be a special group that follow him and that that have special authority with Jesus. And if you look at the list, Peter at every list is always the first one mentioned. He's not the first one called. Andrew knows Jesus before Peter, his brother, but he's always listed first because Peter has a primacy amongst the 12 in every list and every gospel, which is really consistent and strikingly amazing. And then the last person mentioned is Judas Iscariot, who will betray Jesus. And so you get the least is last. But you also notice here, you're going to get Simon and Jude mentioned here. And of course, Simon will be who is called the Zealot, not Simon Peter, but it's the other Simon. Simon's a very popular name because a lot of names at this time were named after the sons of the Maccabees. And so Simon was one of the Maccabees who was a hero who helped resist and kept the true faith and resisted the Greeks. And now Israel is against Rome, and now you need strong faith and heroism and courage. And so Jewish families are naming their kids after the Maccabean boys. And of course, that's why you get lots of Simons. You also have a lot of James, because James actually is Jacob, literally, is named after Jacob in Yaakov in the Hebrew and in the Greek. So James is the English translation of Jacob, actually, but that's why you have so many Jameses here. You have James, the brother of John, and then you have James, the son of Alphaeus, and then you also have Jude, who's literally Judas, but there's two Judases. But Judas or Jude is named after Judah, one of the great 12 sons of Jacob. And so also Judah was one of the sons' names for one of the sons of Maccabees. And so that's why it's such a popular name. And so you get 2 out of the 12 are Judah or Judas Iscariot, who betrays him, but also Jude, who is the apostle we celebrate today, who is, and that's the Jude whose father is James. And again, you get 3 James named, 2 James who are 2 of the 12, and then Jude, whose father is James. And so lots of repetition here. And but I want you to understand, what does all that mean? Why do we have all these names repeated? It goes back to the Maccabean family and back to the 12 patriarchs. And of course, Jesus is calling a new 12. And so you have echoes to the 12 sons of Jacob, because those 12 sons of Jacob become the 12 tribes and the nation of Israel. And Jesus is reconstituting Israel through the 12 around himself. And so we see the reconstitution of Israel around Jesus. And then we have Paul's letter to the Ephesians, which fits with a feast for the apostles, when he reminds us that we're no longer strangers or sojourners. Even if we're Gentiles, we are invited into the new 12 tribes of Israel, which is the apostles. And we're fellow citizens with them, with the holy ones, and we're members of the household of God, even if we are Gentiles and not ethnically related to the 12 tribes. And Jesus is the capstone, and the apostles are the foundation. And so these 12 apostles are the foundation, and we're built on that foundation. And so today we remember Saints Simon and Jude, apostles, and how we're built on that foundation of the 12 into the church, which is a new temple for God. And so we think about our apostolic roots, and we can pray to Saints Simon and Jude that they may help us draw ever closer to Jesus Christ as they were close to Christ. And let's pray for that today. May the Lord bless and keep you.
This daily reflection is brought to you thanks to the generous support of the Mission Circle. Join the Mission Circle to help Catholics worldwide understand, live, and share their faith. Sign up at missioncircle.org today.